So what is up YouTube, welcome back to the channel once again. You know I appreciate having you here. Stick around for today's video. I'm on the last ride of this, it's got to go back tomorrow. The Honda Hornet 750. We are on our last little bit of fun and the sun's come out. I'm actually going to work, so it's a good little route I've got here. I'm blessed. It's a nice one to test bikes. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of a conflab, a little bit of a catch up. I'm going to park up somewhere and then I'm going to go through some of the things I dislike and some of the things I like about this, the Honda Hornet 750. This is definitely one of the things I like about it, and that's the handling and the way it handles these little back road country lanes. It's good fun. It's got just the right amount of power to keep you entertained. It's not stupid quick, but it is quick, and the suspension does a really good job of soaking up these proper horrible roads. Another plus point of this bike is it's really nice to just cruise around on these back lanes. You don't have to go fast, you don't have to go banzai. If you want to just sit back, relax, chill out, ride on the torque of this little engine. It is very smooth, it's very nice, it's very comfortable, if you're a little bit smaller than me obviously. It's a good Sunday afternoon bike as well as being a great commuter. A little bit of fun as well. It's nice to just chill out as well. It's a good all-round package, and that's a massive plus point for this bike. Another massive plus point is the quick shifter. When you get it up spinning and you get it above 4,000 revs and you click it up in that quick shifter, it is really nice. It's quite slick. I like it. And also on the downshift it sounds really good and it's quite precise as well. Right, let's just go in here and we'll see if we've got any space, and we'll have a little bit of a catch up on things I don't like. Right, I've got to be quick because I get the feeling this car park's going to fill up soon. Right, let's take my jacket off. Let's get professional. Right, so here she is, a Honda Hornet 750. Before we get into the niggles, I just want to tell you something. We are now averaging, let's just let this warm up, we're averaging 60 miles to the gallon. I've done about 300 miles on it, and what I've noticed is the light flashes at around 130 miles, so 150 you should be safe with this bike, and that's just normal riding every day, not too fast, not too slow, a little bit of commuting, some country lanes, you know my routes, and it's pretty good. I would like a bigger tank, but that's just me, but on this type of bike that's fine. Right, so let's start with some of the things I dislike about this bike. And remember, it's just my personal opinion. You can have different opinions. Drop your comments downstairs in the comment section. That's not a problem. We're all a big family here. Sharing is caring. So although it says hate, these are more dislikes, niggles, just my personal opinion, that sort of thing. And let's start with what I normally start with, is it has no USB connection as standard. Now this bike is Bluetooth to your phone and headset, so you can take calls and that sort of thing. But if you are going to do Bluetooth, then please stick a USB charger on it as standard. It's not too much to ask, is it? Another little niggle is on this, I couldn't find a range for the tank, so I do like that. Again, it's personal, but I like to know how many miles roughly I've got left in a tank. Another niggle, dislike of mine, is the red forks with the red frame. I don't know whether you can see that there, but the red forks are a different colour to the frame, and that just bugs me. I don't know why, but it does. That should match that. As I said, it's nitpicking, but it does annoy me. It really does annoy me. This red frame, I don't know why. It just seems to me it's the wrong red. But again, that's my personal opinion. And this bike does come in other colours, so you don't have to get this one if you don't like it. I wouldn't, just because of that. I wouldn't get it because that and that would really wind me up. I don't know why it winds me up, but it does. Maybe I'm a little bit OCD, but it's just the way it is. This red, I don't know. The jury's out on this. Let me know what you think. Again, drop a comment downstairs in the comment section. If you do own this bike with the red frame and you love it, that's fine. It's just me, I know. Another dislike is this front end. I just really do not like it. I don't like this headlight setup, the CB500 look, that standard transformer face thing they've got going on. They've had it for a few years. I just think, I don't know, it's weird. Although it's quite modern, it already looks dated. The beauty of this though is when you actually ride in a bike you can't see it, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, it's not a face I turn back at and go, do you know what, I like that. As my mother once said to me, it's got no cruise control, but again, why would this bike have cruise control? But it's another little niggle. I like cruise control on bikes just for the journeys I do. A negative of this bike is the clutch. I've got small hands, so that's quite a long throw. So my hand in traffic when I'm using the clutch, it gets a little bit achy because I don't like using the quick shifter when it's in that slow speed or really low revs. It's a little bit jerky, so the quick shifter's for more when you're playing around. But in traffic and out and about, if you're using that, yeah, that aches a little bit. So for me, I'd like an adjustable clutch lever on there. But apart from that, they're the only negatives I can really find about this bike. So it's not too bad, is it? It's really not that bad at all. If that's it, and it is basically cosmetic. The cosmetic things are the things I really dislike about the bike, apart from the USB and the range thing. But I can live without those two things. I can put those on after, well, I can put the USB on anyway. I can't put the range thing on, but you know, you can use your trip for range, old school style. But yeah, all in all, there's not too much I can complain about this bike. So that's a pretty good thing. Right, let's get on to the bits I do like. First of all, this paint. I don't know whether that comes out on camera, but this pearl effect white is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. With the sun on it, with the fleck on it, I really like that. Back end, I really like the back end of this bike. I've seen one with the seat cowl. The one I took out on the first impressions ride had the seat cowl on, and it looks really good. I do like it. I like these little air ducts here. I like the whole shape of it. Not too much of a fan of the standard Honda rear light, but it does suit this bike. So the back end of it, yeah, I quite like. It's a little bit sexy, if you can say that about a back end. Well, you can say it about a back end, but do you usually say it's a sexy back end when it comes to a bike? Well, you do now. Plus point of this bike, and it is an aftermarket accessory, is the quick shifter. When you've got it up above 4,000 revs and beyond, clicking up is beautiful. It's a 6-speed gearbox and it's very, very nice. And that's up and down, and when you go down on the quick shifter as well, it gives a nice little boom. That's a technical term. I don't know what the actual technical term of it is, but it's a really, really nice downshift. Another thing I like the TFT screen. Could be a little bit bigger, but it's got all the information you need on there, apart from that range indicator. But everything's on there. You've got the modes on there. You've got standard, rain, sport and user. Sport's very nice. It's good out and about. You can have some fun with that. Standard is the happy medium. Rain, I wouldn't know, but I've been blessed with this bike. It hasn't rained since I've had this bike in the garage, so that's a good omen. This is a lucky bike when it comes to the weather. Another thing I like about this bike is the brakes. I really like the feel from the front brakes. They give me a lot of feedback and a lot of confidence. I like that. Handling, I really like. I like the chassis. I like the way it feels. It gives you confidence. It's nice and balanced. It's easy to ride slow. It's easy to ride quick. It's a good everyday bike, something you can go out on the weekends, have real fun on it. You can commute during the week, and you can just poodle around on the country lanes as well. It's a good all-rounder, this one. And that's down to this, the 755 parallel twin. It's a fantastic engine. I absolutely love this engine. This is the peach of this bike. It's a fantastic engine. It's only around 100 brake horsepower, but it gives you enough power. It's got enough low down torque, mid-range and up the top to have fun. It's good for commuting. It's nice and smooth low down. And when you get her up spinning, she gives you a massive grin factor. And the sound of it, it sounds fantastic. Put an aftermarket can on this. Get rid of this one. Put an aftermarket can on this, and this will sound absolutely fantastic. It's got a 270-degree crank, so it gives it that nice bark. Even with this standard can, it sounds really good, but this is the best bit about this bike, the engine. That, Honda, a massive thumbs up. That is a beautiful engine. Another plus point is it's actually quite comfortable. Now I've got used to it, I've been riding it for a few weeks. My legs have got accustomed to this position. and it's not too uncomfortable. At first I was a little bit cramped. I've got long legs, you see, and it didn't feel that pleasant, but now I've got used to it, riding it every day. It's actually not too bad. I've got about 100 miles in me before I have to be craned off when I can't walk anymore, which is not bad at all. So let's end this video on that positive note. This bike is good fun. I really like it. Don't forget to go over to my social media where you can get more of this nonsense. My Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook. I also have a website as well if you want to check that out. They are all completely free. Don't forget, if you want to leave a comment, leave that downstairs in the comment section. Sharing is caring, you see, on this channel. But we have no room for hate. It's all positive vibes. And on that note, I'm going to bid you farewell. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to do all those things that you need to do. Also hit that notification bell so you guys can get the drop on these videos. I shall see you on the next one. You know I love you all. Stay safe. Fish out.
Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong. So go ahead, get gone. Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong. So go ahead and get